This lens is sharp, it is fast, the bokeh is creamy, and you know what I'm talking. You know what this is. This is the Nifty 50. This lens is sharp, it is fast, the bokeh is creamy, and you know what I'm talking. This is a lens that I recommend every beginner photographer have, especially if you want. You can mount it both on a crop sensor and a full frame. But today I'm talking about the 50mm length focal length equivalent to a full frame camera. So I've given myself this challenge this year. I'm doing portraits, I'm doing street photos, I'm doing food photography. Mostly I do products photography as well. So hopefully I can pick up 1 or 2 wedding gigs that I also want to do with this lens. I've been finding myself doing a lot of event photos as well. And I believe this lens is very capable. This lens is versatile, this lens is solid, and it's able to achieve. I have other lenses in my bag as well, but the idea of this whole video is, as a photographer, sometimes when you have more than 2-3 lenses, you find yourself fidgeting in your bag, trying to mount on this and that lens, and normally what happens is you end up missing the shot. Now, what is the deal? Limit yourself. I'm limiting myself this year. I'm only using this one lens for all those different types of photography scenarios that I just mentioned to you. I want to see the strength of this lens. Really, I want to shoot it in all these different scenarios, be it portraits, which I do most, and event photos and weddings, of course, but I want to see if I can do some street photos with this lens as well. The whole idea is by the end of 12 months, a whole year, I want to have full knowledge of just this lens, the 50mm lens, and if as a young photographer, an upcoming photographer, you have a few lenses as well, I want you to jump on this challenge with me. It doesn't have to be the 50mm lens. A 35 has a similar focal length as well. This is a very versatile focal length where I feel like you can zoom with your feet if you want to capture details and really step out a bit when necessary to capture the whole scene, especially for weddings and so on. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the 50mm lens and the 50mm lens specifically. Personally, I feel like the 35, I have a zoom lens that has a focal range all the way through from 24 to 105. And on that lens, I find myself shooting with the focal of 35 most of the time, which got me to thinking or believing that maybe the 35 is my favorite focal length. Not really the 50 that I have in my hand, but the 35. And hopefully in the near future, the idea is to get myself a 35 prime lens, of course. Yes, a 35 prime for these photos, a 35 for my work. A 35 suits me because even the videos that I create for my channel, even the one on a 35 focal length right now, so I find myself going to that focal length quite a lot. I think I like how it looks, it does not distort much. It's close to, yes, it does not distort the figure, the subject much. It's more like you would see the object or the subject in real life. I think that is why I prefer it. I want to be I started at the beginning of this year, and I'm still going with this lens. Unfortunately, I had a problem with my computer, and I lost most of the footage that I wanted to show you in regards to my previous work with this 50mm. But I want to proceed with it, the rest of the year, and I want to do a video update of my findings and my feelings in regards to this lens by the end of the 12th month that I'm giving myself. For me, this is not perfection, really. This is progress, In me limiting myself with just one lens, the idea is to know my equipment, to understand my lens very well, And so if I'm to speak on a subject or on a lens like this, I want to know what I'm talking about because I have my own personal experiences with this lens. So this is the whole idea. So hopefully next year I can make an update video about the 50mm lens and how good or how bad it was for me. And sometimes because we have so much options, this really spoils us. I feel like when you limit yourself, like what I'm doing now this year, it sort of really helps you to just focus less on what type of lens you will shoot with, but more on how creative you can get on framing the shot with the settings in your camera and so on and so forth. And so if you're really up to it, join me on this challenge. Put in the comments challenge accepted, and I look forward to chatting it up with you and basically comparing notes after, and we're almost like 30. I mean, we're almost like we're almost like at 6 months, like 6 months into the year already. So a little bit early next year, I want to have this conversation with you, compare notes, and I can tell you all about my findings. So if you felt the fire in this video, please drop another fire emoji just to let me know that you are there, you're watching all the way to the end. Yes, if you are part of the end crowd, meaning you are one of those people that watch my videos all the way to the end and are finding value, I just want to say thank you. Also, I'm working on something special for the people that watches my video all the way to the end, so stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in my next video.